The way that the music business is structured right now is that the vast majority of bands are independent, meaning they don't have major labels. They have to employ alternative methods to get the word out, meaning they have their own record labels by necessity. They have their own promotion companies by necessity. These promotion and record label companies don't make any more than the bands do. It's just a facade a la P.T. Barnum to make something more fantastic than it is and more desirable than it is. Obviously, it's way more appealing if I say Big Time Show Extravaganza presents Jagoff as opposed to, hey, come check out my band.
My name is Maker, and I'm a DJ producer. You know, everybody's on tour, everybody's promoting their music, and the way it is right now, but nobody's buying CDs, everybody's downloading music. One of the main things to promote an album is to get on the road and hustle and get yourself out there, play festivals, tour the U.S., and, you know, what's going to happen if the ordinance passes, you know? Nobody's going to be able to do that unless you're going through one of the big companies. You know, it's just going to stop the artistic side and, you know, the hustling side of the music that has become what it has become today, you know?
If anything, it would really push underground events even more than they are being pushed now. I hate to liken it to prohibition, but if it were illegal to promote events without a license, you bet your ass there would be people out in the streets pushing underground parties at lofts at after hours all around Chicago. And people would love to go to it because they wouldn't be allowed to.
Very nice.
State your name, what it is you guys do, what you think about the promoter's ordinance and how it affects you.
I'm JoJo Baby, and this is Sally. And
I'm Sal E.
And we're promoters for Green Dolphin Street.
Yes.
And I think that if this ordinance goes through, it'll be like the old days where kids will break into spots just to have a party, to like...
Remember the raves?
Just
Remember the
have a
secret
party.
parties that you had to have a secret password for? They're going to be back if that happens.
Hello, raves will come back.
People will find a way to have fun. With or without your permission.
Where there's a will, there's a way.
I'm Screaming Rachel, and that's why!
And this is my crew. Here is my posse to take over the tower. We're coming to get you.
Beware.
Coming to a club near you.
Frankly, people need their music, and they need to be paid for it. Obviously, the recession's kind of fucking up money right now, but I think we still need to make a little room for people that want to play music to actually get paid. Just a decent amount just to have a place to stay and some food to eat that night. That's not too much to ask. This is Earthorn, signing out.
Word. It shouldn't even be a question. Yeah, man, I just think it's bullshit how that's going on, you know? I mean, indie music is important, all music is important, and all music should be able to be promoted and played.
That's right.
What he said.
Yeah, the ordinance would punish small music promoters for doing what they do to get bands to become Nine Inch Nails or Kanye. He didn't start out as freaking Kanye. He was like some guy at a small band, at a small venue. They would never be able to make it. It would kill. I live in Uptown. It would kill Uptown. The Aragon and the Riv would die.
Unless Chicago remains friendly to indie music and promoters can afford to put their bands and let Chicago audiences discover them like we have been for decades, unless they keep it affordable and kill bullshit like this. Get that. God bless America.
Major League, Chi-Town, West Side. I feel like the promotion thing is a big scam. It shouldn't go down. Us artists, we are not paid hundreds of thousands of dollars to be promoted. Be fair. You know, there's so much going on in the city. You know, us artists, we need any avenue we can use to explore. So that's that. Chi-Town, Major League, much love.
It imposes unnecessary insurance requirements on promoters who have no control over safety in venues and thus are unlikely to be liable for injuries.
My name is Biz. I'm from Stick and Move. We're a promotion company out here in Chicago. We did Soulja Boy, Fat Joe, do a lot of big things. Here's the problem. As a promoter, giving some advice to you guys out there, the insurance companies are murdering promoters, and I'm going to tell you how. you're placed in a category when you acquire artists. So for example, if I got Soulja Boy, right? As a promoter, I'm paying the same price for Soulja Boy as I would 50 Cent. So that means they put you in the same category as a rap artist, which is, they say, they do the research on you, they do everything, and they market a price. So, and not only that, when you go through, not only that, when you actually go and acquire the insurance, if you went to 1 or 2 or 3 other insurance companies before, you're locked in a database to where they pick you up and pick your name, and you're labeled. So that price that the last insurance company gave you, even if they turned you down, they're giving you a high price. So that means a Billy Idol can come to Chicago, and his insurance might be $800 to $1,500. Whereas Soulja Boy come to do a show, his fucking insurance will be $3,000 to $4,000. How the fuck? What the fuck is the fairness, man? That's all I want to know. That's it.
The implications of the law as originally presented would make it incredibly difficult for any young entrepreneur, any young responsible promoter to put on a show. The fact of self-insuring any concert has become increasingly difficult since way before what happened in Rhode Island and E2. It costs big bucks to have enough money to insure. And yet this would add another layer of bureaucracy on top of that. You'd have to get a license on top of that. You'd have to get, even if you were working at a sanctioned club, a club that has no liquor violations, no safety violations, an excellent reputation, no problems with its neighbors, and it's completely up to fire code. If you're an outside independent promoter and you want to come to and use one of these clubs, which is a smart move, a lot safer than somebody's basement, you would have to get one of these licenses, which could cost you several $1,000s, and brands you as almost as the enemy. You're asking to get a license for something that you don't need a license for. The club has every license you can imagine, and they're all inspected regularly. If they don't have a panic bar on the door, if they don't have the wiring up to fire code, they're shut down. One liquor violation, wrath of God. And that's as it should be. I spend a lot of time in rock clubs as a musician and as a critic. And I don't want to be unsafe, okay? I don't want to be in a situation like E2. But I trust that those laws that are on the books will be enforced. I don't need another layer. You know, if I want to hold a benefit or beautify the parks, I'd have to get one of these licenses. And it seems wrong. I mean, if I'm using an established venue, it just seems wrong. And yet the city won't recognize that. They're going after a particular problem that is already legislated against. And the only reason I think they're doing it is to look like they're doing something. Instead of enforcing laws that are on the book, when I posed the question point blank to the Department of Business Affairs, who will enforce this new law, they cannot answer it. So you're going to pass a law that no one can enforce. Brilliant.
It prohibits fans under the age of 21 from engaging in promotion activities, although younger fans often play a crucial role in encouraging turnout for performances.
If you're 19 and you have some friends that are in a band and you want to promote them in 18 and over venue, too bad. Doesn't matter what you want to do, it's a lost cause. If you promote your friends and you get caught and you're under 21, $10,000 fine.
And there are a lot of people who are 17 or 18 years old, or even younger, who are very energetic in trying to promote good music made by their friends. Not only that, the way the ordinance is written, it would make any of us who want to put something up on a MySpace page or create a website to promote our or somebody else's music, it would make us criminals unless we get a license, unless we get fingerprinted, unless we pay $1,500 or more for insurance. That is absolutely ridiculous. It's a poor example of drafting a law that should be limited to some sort of public need.